Well, it's about 7:30 in the morning on Friday, August 16th, 2024. And we are in McCargoe Cove. This is an anchorage I am not going to miss. Had a sleepless night last night. The winds have veered to a direction that they were generally out of when we set the anchor yesterday, and then they quickly, they backed. The winds have backed. Yesterday they had veered to southeast, and then the forecasts were quickly updated to forecast southeasterly winds, where easterly and northeasterly winds had been forecast before. So that nuzzled our stern right up along the shore over here last night. So I spent the most of the night in the cockpit with a spotlight with gusty winds and everything, catching a wink of sleep here and there between gusts, and that was about it. So anyway, finally remembered to film something before we took off, and it's just to say that I need never return to this anchorage again. I can't say we'll never enter the Cove again, but I'm sure it's very pretty. Reports are that we probably missed something by not going further in. But we're moving on today and didn't want to go all the way down there, just up the anchor and head out again. So we're ready to weigh anchor now, and off we go. And Michi, quite wisely, is already getting into her rain gear, her foulies, because it is a dreary day. So the anchor's not up but not aboard. It's covered with mud, so I'm going to let it rinse in the water a little bit as we motor out of here. I sent Michelle up to the bow. When I came in yesterday, there's a deadhead I marked on here sticking up right in the middle of the channel out there. We don't want to hit that, of course, so she's going to try to clap eyes on that so we don't run into it. So I wouldn't say this is a tricky entrance or exit, but as you can see, you've got a red buoy here and a green one out there, and you've got to kind of come up here, make a sharp turn, go back out. Same thing coming in here. And that deadhead was barely awash. It was barely sticking out of the water yesterday. I don't see it now. It appeared to be floating, but not sure. We had one similar to it in the anchorage. Looked like it might have been an old fishing stake or something. Well, it is about 8:16, same day. Got out of the Cove, got a little sail on her outside of all the rocks, I hope. Still pretty dreary. It was a little froggy at first. There's kind of a low layer of mist on the water inshore, and poor visibility otherwise, low ceiling. Visibility's pretty good out to sea. Anyway, on a very broad reach, about 10 knots apparent, getting 5 knots out of it. And so that's what the north side of Isle Royale looks like on a gloomy day. That's what Michi looks like on a gloomy day. Ever bubbly and effervescent. Say, hey Michi.
Hey Michi.
You're so cute.
You're cuter.
Now you're cute.
So I'm not as brave as Bill to walk and carry the camera and film at the same time. I am grateful. I'm grateful for Bill. I'm grateful for his willingness to stay in the cockpit overnight to make sure that our anchor held. I'm thankful that the anchor did hold and he didn't have to actually get aggressive and have to move us or start the engine to keep us into the wind. I'm grateful that we didn't have heavy gusts when we were pulling up the anchor this morning and that it came up fairly easily, though muddy. I'm thankful it's not raining at the moment. I'm thankful that we're under sail and not motoring. Even though it's a broad reach and we're doing about 5 knots, I'm happy with that. I'm grateful the seas are not irritable and grumpy and that it's a nice ride instead of a lumpy, bumpy one. And I'm grateful we're on the move and praying that we have a good anchorage to come for this evening and that Bill can get some much needed rest.
Uncle. So it is about 11:34 on Friday, August 16th, 2024. And what's that sound?
It's the Iron Jenny.
It's the Iron Jenny running. So what started out real nice sail this morning, 6-7 knots, diminished to 3 or less. The wind died way down. This when winds of 15 to 20 knots are forecast in some places on the lake and 7-foot seas. They're dying here. They're supposed to be 5 to 15 knots, or excuse me, 10 to 15 knots today, and now they're saying 5 to 15.
I wasn't paying attention.
I think 5 being the controlling number. That's all we were getting. And where we assumed when we left this morning that we were going to have a nice sail all the way down to the southern tip of the island, or western tip rather. So, anyway. That is the update. Anything to add, hon?
We followed along for a while at 2 knots.
Yeah. Well, we didn't wall that badly.
No.
Fortunately, we're in the lee of the island here, so the waves are fairly small. But even with the small swell, the main was still slatting around a little bit. We took the jib down a long time ago. We figured no further than we had to go. We didn't want to, well... Security, and being late, yeah, never fails. And being lazy, we didn't want to bother with a whisker pull and all that. I'm not sure is it giving us much more than a knot anyway, so...
And a half an hour of your time.
And yeah, and a whole lot of monkeying around. We haven't used the whisker pull on this boat yet. I think last year I had got it all set up, extended, marked it and everything for where it needed to be extended to, I think. I'm pretty sure I did that. I don't remember for sure. It seems like I remember putting some tape out there to mark it. So I think it's pretty much ready to go. It's just a matter of using it, which we haven't. Anyway, anything else to add?
That'll work.
That'll work. So This is what the north shore of Isle Royale or Royale. Still not sure how you pronounce that. Looks on a still somewhat gloomy day, although there was a ray of sunshine back there a little while ago. A light spot. It wasn't sunshine, but it was a lighter spot. And it's looking a little lighter ahead. Not supposed to stay that way. It's supposed to be rainy with a risk of thunderstorms, they said. I can almost see some blue over there. Might be a little sucker hole opening up. I don't know. Anyway, that's what it looks like today, August 16th. That's a Friday, 2024.
So it's Friday afternoon and we're getting ready to enter North Gap into Washington Harbor. What time is it?
It's 1:15.
1:15 in the afternoon. So the winds they forecasted today, they got it wrong. Surprise, surprise. Anyway, more to come. The buoy out there is marking the wreck of the SS America.
Oh yeah.
There's a float plane. There's a seagull.
Well, just a little bit more. If you ever wondered what Washington Harbor looks like on the way to Windigo, see if I can keep me out of this. Because nobody wants to see that.
So there's Beaver Island. And here's the little bay on the northwest corner of it with a sailboat already in. That this will hopefully be our home for a couple of nights. Birds sitting out on the rock. And a little breezier than it's been. So I guess the winds are starting to kick in now that we're here. So the float plane we saw land now just took off.
Well, we are at Windigo on Washington Harbor on Isle Royale. Impossible to see out there, but the boat is, let's see, right about there. And it is Saturday, August 17th, 2024 at about noon 44. And that's about it. The visitor center is up there. Again, I don't know how much shows up on this, but kind of a little interesting mini museum there. But yeah, unless you're hiking or camping, not much. We did the mile-long nature trail. Shell got a few mosquito bites.
Brought bug spray, just didn't put it on.
Yep, we also, yeah, today we brought bug spray but didn't use it as usual. So a little later in the day on Saturday, August 17th, 2024, about 4:06 in the afternoon, a couple of other boats at the anchorage here. One of them came in late yesterday afternoon or early evening. We missed him when we were down below. It was, I don't know what we were doing, getting dinner ready or something. These guys came in just a little while ago. Took the dink over to shore today, and gotta say, we're first impressions, I don't know. Royale, it seems to be kind of a mecca for hikers and campers and that sort of thing. As for the rest, I can't say it appeals to us all that much. I hate to sound like we're complaining or anything, and we're not. It's a beautiful location. But recently we've just been to other places that kind of upstage this as far as scenery is concerned, and yeah, and of course camping is not our deal. Bears may shit in the woods, but this guy doesn't, so this is as close to camping as we get. So anyway, yeah, not a whole lot to do over there. We went over and took a little walk today, and saw what there was to see in Windigo. And apart from that, I'm trying to keep the microphone out of the breeze. It's a little breezy here, but yeah, we're gonna head out tomorrow, I think, and don't know that we will ever make an effort to get back here again. It's a perfectly good place to stop off on the way to somewhere else, but not really our kind of a destination. And there are obviously a lot of people that pay big bucks. The Windigo was hopping this morning with people getting off the ferry, getting ready to go camping, and people coming back from camping, getting ready to get back on the ferry. Seaplanes weren't running because it was real foggy and drizzly and everything again this morning. So anyway, that is all.